Namaste. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Om. 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 Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Sabhayai Namaha. Shri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha. Namaste all. Thank you. This is the 5th of 6 sessions on JiGNaSa. JiGNaSa, joy in Gita and Naama Sahasra. This is the session reflecting on Vishnu Sahasranama, referencing Bhagavad Gita verses. We have seen up to 75 verses. In the very first session, we did Purva Pitika, then 1st to 25 verses. The second session, 26 to 50 verses. Third session, and 51st to 75 verses. Fourth session, that was last Monday. Now today, we enter this 5th session, and we will try to cover a little more than 25 verses. So please pardon me if I overwhelm you with too many verses, but I'll try to balance. And the inspiration for these sessions are this one line of Shankaracharya's Bhaja Govindam verse. Geyam Gita Nama Sahasram. Dhyeyam Shripati Rubamachasram. Neyam Sajjana Sange Chittam. Deyam Dena Janaya Cha Vittam. Bhagavad Gita and Vishnu Sahasranama ought to be sung, ought to be chanted, ought to be enchanted, and ought to be experienced. And contemplate on that Vishnu, all-pervading supreme consciousness, and join the birds of the same feather, satsanga. So, satsangatve nissangatvam, nissangatve nirmohatvam, nirmohatve nischalatatvam, nischalatatve jivan muktihi. So, neyam sajjana sange chittam. So, bring your mind towards like-minded people like you all. And deyam dena janayacha vittam. So, share, and be compassionate to those who are in need. 76th verse, please go ahead.
Bhuta vaso vasudeva sarvasu nilayo nalaha darpaha darpado drupto durdharo tha parajitaha.
Bhuta vaso vasudeva sarvasu nilayo nalaha. Bhuta vasaha vasudevaha sarva asu nilayaha. Asu means prana, life. In Telugu, asavulu we say. Asavulu basadu we say. When somebody leaves this body. So the prana. And analaha, agni. Yasya alam na asti. Fire never says no to oblations, to the clarified butter you pour on. And we have seen this Vasudeva, the one who came into this world with the mortal body as Vasudeva Sutam. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, that Dwadashakshari mantra which Dhruva got. And Bhutavasaha, so all the bhutas, Sarvani Bhutani Yasmin Vasanti Yasmin Ramanti. So that is Vasudeva and that is Rama. Ramanti Rama, Vasanti Vasudeva. And the one who resides Yaha Sarveshu Bhuteshu Vasati Ramati. So that one who resides in everyone, every being. So Vasanat Vasudevasya Vasitam Te Bhuvanatrayam. There is a Pathantara for this. Vasanat Vasudevasya Vasitam Te Jagatrayam. Sarva Bhuta Nivasosi Vasudeva Namostute. So Bhuvanatrayam, Jagatrayam, what is this? The three worlds, the three Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Suvarloka. But our own three worlds, Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti, the wakeful world, the dream world, and the sleep world. And we have seen that in last session. Vasudevaha. And Bhagavan definition also we have seen. Bhagavan definition is the one who knows all beings, Utpatti and Pralayam, Gatim and Agatim. So that Bhagavan. So that's why we salute Om Namaha, salutations to that Bhagavan. In Chaturthi Vibhakti, Bhagavan becomes, Bhagavat Shabda becomes Bhagavate. And Vasudevaha becomes Vasudevaya, Chaturthi Vibhakti. So whenever you salute Om Ganeshwaraya Namaha, Om Ganeshaya Namaha. If it is feminine, we say Saraswatyai Namaha, Devyai Namaha. So Bhuta Vasaha, Vasudevaha, Sarvasu Nilayaha. Then Darpaha, Darpado, Darpaha, the one who takes away our pride. The way he has taken out the pride of Bali Chakravarti. There are two things, Dambha and Darpa. Dambha is ostentation, that proclaiming the qualities you do not have, but projecting that you have those qualities. That is Dambha. And Darpa is projecting some of those good qualities you have and show off. So show off. So Dambho, Darpaha, so that Darpaha, the one who takes away this pride in us and gives us the humility. And when we know that we are so minuscule, we are a minuscule part of this vast universe, we realize how small we are. But those who do not realize, in the 16th chapter, we see Dambho Darpo Bhimanascha Krodha Parushyameva Ajnanam cha Abhijatasya Partha Sampada Asuri. Those who have this Asuri Sampada, the demonic qualities, they have this Dambha and Darpa. Dambha and Darpa. But when we realize that Vasudeva is everything, and this vast universe is pervaded by Vasudeva, that comes after a lot of tapas, many janmas. I mean, each day we have a new janma, and many days, and each experience is a new janma. So after those so many experiences, we realize in the 7th chapter, 19th verse, Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyate vasudeva sarvamiti sa mahatma sudurlabha. So that Mahatma, the one who realizes that I am all pervading and this vast universe is pervaded by me, is so difficult to find. And on the other side, the Asuri Sampada people, they are there, but they will see the end of themselves. Because I'll see to that. Tanaham Vishatakruran Samsareshu Naradhaman Kshipamya Jasrama Shubhan Asuri Shvevayonishu. So they just go in a vicious cycle in that. 77 verse. Next slide.
विश्वमूर्तिर्महामूर्तिर्दीप्तमूर्तिरमूर्तिमान्. Okay, sorry. विश्वमूर्तिर्महामूर्तिर्दीप्तमूर्तिरमूर्तिमान् अनेकमूर्तिरव्यक्तः शतमूर्तिः शताननः.
Vishwamurtihi, Mahamurtihi, Deeptamurtihi, Amurtiman, Anekamurtihi, Avyaktaha, Shatamurtihi, Satananaha. This is all the description of Vibhuti and Vishwarupa Yoga of Bhagavad Gita. This, with that humility, when our darpa is gone, and when we realize that Vasudeva Sarvamiti, we should pray to that supreme consciousness. If you think we are eligible to experience this, oh Prabhu, then let me visualize that. Give me the opportunity to see that. Manyase yadi tachakyam maya drashtumiti Prabhu yogeshwara tato me tvam darshayatmanam avyayam. Like Arjuna, with all the humility, with all the straightforwardness, and with all the rujitva, with all the simplicity. By the time we got into the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, if we ask like Arjuna has asked, then what would Paramatma say? He would immediately say, Pasyame partha rupani satasodha sahasrashaha nana vidhani divyani nana varnakriti nicha. Nana vidhani. So many different types. The plant kingdom, the animal kingdom, and the humans, and in the humans, the man, the woman, the child, and the poor, and the rich, and the boss, and the employee, and the employer, and so on. Nana vidhani, divyani, everyone is unique. Everyone has a divine quality. Nana varnakriti nicha, so everyone has a different quality. But this you cannot see with the human eye. Natumam shakyase drastum anenaiva svachakshusha divyam dadamite chakshuhu pashyame yogam aishwaram. That aishwaram, that opulence, we can only see with that divine vision which is given by the Guru, the Lord, Jnana Chakshu, Divya Chakshu. So that Vishwamurti will be revealed to us. That Mahamurti, the great form, who actually has no form, Amurtiman, no name, no form, comes into the name and the form, comes into the form and gets a name. So, Sat Chit Ananda. Asti Bhati Priyam. Asti, the one which is always existent. The one which always is shining, Bhati. Priyam, the one which is always blissful. So, Sat Chit Ananda is also called Asti Bhati Priyam. Asti bhati priyam rupam nama chediti amsha panchakam. So the amsha panchakam, the five aspects of this supreme consciousness are satta chitta ananda plus rupa and nama. Rupam, nama, chet, iti, amsha panchakam. Adyatrayam brahma rupam. Sat chit ananda is brahma rupa. But upasakanam upasanartham, for us to meditate upon, that supreme conscious takes the form and name. So that's what we are dwelling on now. So the form and the name. So Jagatrayam Tatodvayam. Jagat is Tatodvayam. So Adyatrayam Brahmarupam. Jagadrupam Tatodvayam. So the second part, which is consisting of two, Nama and Rupa, is this Jagat. And the one which is avyakta, is Sat Chit Ananda. When it comes into manifestation, it comes in Shatananaha. Shata means hundreds. Sahasra means thousands, not just 100, 1000. So Shatamurtihi, Shatananaha, Sahasramurti, Sahasrabaho, Sahasrashaha, Aneka Vaktra Nayanam, Aneka Adbhuta Darshanam, Aneka Divyabharanam, Divyanekodhyutayudam, दिव्यमाल्याम्बरधरं दिव्यगन्धानुलेपनं सर्वाश्चर्यमयं देवम् अनन्तं विश्वतोमुखम्. So that form will be revealed to us. Next 78th verse.
एको नैकः सवक्कं यत्तत्पदमनुत्तमम् लोकबन्धुर्लोकनाथो माधवो भक्तवत्सलः.
Ekam Sat, Ekaha, na Ekaha, Eko Naika. Na plus Eka becomes Naika. So Ekaha, that one. Bahusyam prajayeti. So this is Upanishadic word. That one wanted to become many. So ekam sat vipraha bahudha vadanti. Sat, that supreme consciousness is one. But it manifests as many. And the knowers will teach us in many different ways. So that we shall realize. It should start the inquiry. The inquiry should start within ourselves. Within ourselves with the primary question like kaha, kaha. Eko naika savakha kim. Savaha kaha kim. Kaha means who. Who am I? Koham, koham. That's how we should ask. Then we realize, am I this body? Am I this man? Am I this employee? Am I this a professional? Naham, I'm something more. Naham, deham, not this. Neti, neti, neti. Then who am I? Then we go to that after peeling off each layer. Soham, soham, soham. So that is how we see that anuttamam padam we reach. So when we ask Kim, Yat, so what is that? As Arjuna has asked in the 8th chapter, Kim tad brahma kim adhyatmam, kim karma purushottama, adhibhutam cha kim proktam, adhidaivam kim uchyate. So that Kim, that Kaha, that questioning is so divine. You see, that is one of the names of Vishnu Sahasranama. And this we will see with the penance. The penance is that jnana yajna. Jnana yajnena chapyanye yajanto mamupasate ekatvena pruthatvena bahudha vishwato mukham. That vishwato mukham, all pervading, is worshipped, is contemplated as the one and only, or many. Rama, Lakshmi, Sita, Krishna, Radha, Devi, Shiva, all these many different forms, Ganesha, Hanuma, and so on. And that in the 15th chapter, when do we realize that? Nirmana moha jita sanga dosha adhyatma nitya vinivritta kama dvandvair vimukta. That personality, one after the other, nirmana, nirmoha, jita sanga dosha, nityam adhyatma chittam. And when we reach that padam, anuttamam padam is reached. So nirmana moha, jita sanga dosha, adhyatma nitya, vinivritta kama, dvandvairva mukta. So that amodaha gachanti padam avyayam tat. Next one.
सुवर्णवर्णो हेमाङ्गो वराङ्गश्चन्दनाङ्गदी वीरहाविषमशून्यो घृताशीरचलश्चलः.
We'll take this last two names, Achalaha, Chalaha. See the very contradictory names. The one which does not move, Achala. Achala, Chala means move. Achala means the one which does not move. Venkatachalam we say. Arunachalam we say. So that Aruna Achalam. So that Arunachalam, Aruna Parvatam, the mountain Aruna, Venkatadri. Adri or Achala, Parvata. So they're all synonyms. So Achalaha. Chalaha, the one which moves. So we see this in the 13th chapter, that when it is all pervading, see, if you're at only point A, you can go to point B. But if you are pervading from point A to point B, so you are both Chala and Achala. Sarvata Panipadam Tatta Sarvatokshashiro Mukham Sarvata Shruti Manloke Sarvamavritya Tishtati. Everywhere his pani, his hands, that's yours and mine. Padam, your feet and my feet and everyone's feet. Sarvataha, Akshi, Shiras, Mukham. All these are all pervading. Then he is everywhere. He is Achala and he is Chala as well. Bahirantascha bhutanam acharam charamevacha. Achalaha chalaha acharam charam. Chara means also moving. Chara. Chara iveti, chara iveti. So chara means moving. Achara means not moving. Same thing as chala, achala. So that is how you see these names in Vishnu Sahasranama and Bhagavad Gita.
अमानी मानदो मान्यो लोकस्वामी त्रिलोकधृक् सुमेधा मेधजो धन्यः सत्यमेधाधराधरः.
Amani, Amani. Mani means the one who has great ego. And he is the only one who can have the great ego. Manadaha, the one, he is the one who can give us, or he is the giver of that ego, that self-identity. Manadaha, self-identity. But at the same time, he is the one who will make us feel so with humility, we can approach him. So, yasya naham kruto bhavo, buddhir yasya na lipyate, hatva pisa iman lokan, na hanti na nibadhyate. In the 18th chapter, when that aham bhava, the ego is taken out, from ego to eco. So, from ego, selfishness, you become selfless, and then you worry about the ecosystem. So that is the Amani and Manadaha. Manyaha, the one who is respected by all. Lokaswami, Trilokadrika, the one who can sustain the three worlds. Dharadharaha, the one who can sustain this earth. Vishwambhara. Vishwambhara is the earth, but the sustainer of earth is Dharadharaha. Gama Vishyacha Bhutani Dharayamyaha Mojasa Pushnami Chaushadhi Sarvaha Somo Bhutva Rasatmakaha. And in the 7th chapter also, we have seen that Ashtavidha Prakriti, Bhumirapo, Nalo, Vayu, Kammano, Buddhirevacha. Ahankara iti yamme bhinna prakriti rastadha. But there is one apareyamitastvanyam prakritim me vidhi param jiva bhutam mahabaho yayedam dharyate jagat. So he is a dharadhara, he is a sustainer of the earth. 81st.
तेजो वृषो द्युतिधरः सर्वशस्त्रभृतांवरः प्रग्रहो निग्रहो व्यग्रो नैकशृङ्गो गदाग्रजः.
Tejaha, Vrushaha, Dyutidharaha. So we'll take these two words, Tejas and Dyutidharaha. So he is the Tejas, he is the splendor. Tejas, Tejasvinamaham. So he is the splendor in all splendorous things. He's the splendor of the splendor. And Buddhir Buddhimatamasmi. I am that knowledge in the knowledgeable person. I am that wisdom in the wise. And that Tejas, that splendor which is in Aditya, sun god, that splendor, the pleasant attribute of moon, and that prakasha, the brightness and the light and the heat of the fire, I am, O Arjuna. Yadadityagatam tejo. Yadadityagatam tejas. Tejas is tejo. Tejo. Jagadbhasayate akhilam. Yat chandramasi yachagno tat tejo vidhimamikam. So vidhimamakam. That tejas which is in Aditya, which is in Chandra, which is in Agni, O Arjuna, know that as mine. And how is that? Sun, moon, and Agni is in us? Yes. The Chakshu, our eyes are represented by the Adhidevata. For our eyes is Surya Devata, Surya Bhagavan. And Adhidevata for our mind is moon. And Adhidevata for our speech, the tongue, the walk, all other senses is fire. So the one who is in our eyes, the one who is in our speech, and the one who is in our thought. So that tejas, tejo, vrisho, dididaraha. Next one.
चतुर्मूर्तिश्चतुर्बाहुश्चतुर्व्यूहश्चतुर्गतिः चतुरात्मा चतुर्भावश्चतुर्वेदविदेकपात्.
This is the beauty of Vedavyasa's Chaturata. You see how he has beautifully brought in all four aspects. Chaturmurti, the four forms. Chaturbahu, the one who has four arms. Chaturvyuha, the vyuha. So his sankalpa and vyuha are four different kind. Chaturgatihi is gamanam is four. Chaturatma, Chaturbhava, Chaturveda videkapa, Chaturveda vitta ekapat. So we'll take one or two aspects of this. So why these four arms? The four arms we see in any of these great deities is to protect the four purusharthas, dharma, artha, kama, moksha aspects of our life and the goals of our life. Four purusharthas. Four varnas, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra. We all belong to that at one stage or the other. Four ashramas. Brahmacharya, Gruhastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasa ashram. Four stages of life. Balavastha, Yavanavastha, and the grown up and Vruddhavastha. And four corners and four aspects of this world. So that's why when the Vishwarupa was shown to Arjuna, he was so perturbed and so agitated looking at that he could not behold, he could not withhold. He wanted to see that Saumya form where he could contemplate upon and then come to his the original state of mind. He could not behold looking at that Vishwarupa for long. Then he wanted to say, Kiritinam gadinam chakrahastam ichhami tvam drastumaham tathaiva tenaiva rupena chaturbhujena sahasrabaho bhava vishwamurte. Chaturveda vitta. Chaturveda vitta. Chaturvedas, the Rig, Sama, Yajur. So they are called Trayi, and Atharvana Veda has come the later, that is a later part of the Vedas. So now we call Chaturvedas. They are called Trayi or Chaturvedas. The one who is the author of these Chaturvedas, Vedas are called Apaurushayas. No human has written. These are all revealed. So the author and the knower and the experiencer of the Vedas is him only. Sarvasya chaham hrudi sannivishto mattasmrutirjnanam apohanam cha vedaischa sarvairahameva vedyo vedanta krit veda videva chaham. Residing in all of us, he is the one to be known through all Vedas. And Ekapat, all this pervading greatness is not all of him, is only just part of him. यद्यद्विभूतिमत्सत्त्वं श्रीमदूर्जितमेव वा तत्तदेवावगच्छत्वं मम तेजोंससम्भवम् अथवा बहुनैतेन किं ज्ञातेन तवार्जुन विष्टभ्याहमिदं कृष्णम् एकांशेन स्थितो जगत् एकपात् एकांशेन स्थितो जगत् 83rd verse
समानर्तो निवृत्तात्मा दुर्जयो दुरतिक्रमः दुर्लभो दुर्गमो दुर्गो दुरावासो दुरारिहा
समावर्तः निवृत्तात्मा दुर्जयः दुरतिक्रमः दुर्लभः दुर्गमः दुर्गः. See, Durga, the one who is very difficult to approach. It's not easy. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit yatati siddhaye yatatamapi siddhanam kaschin mam vetti tattvataha. It's not easily obtainable. So this is a very difficult path. So you have to be determined. And we have to do sadhana towards that. Bahunam janmanamante jnanavan mam prapadyate. Naham vedairna tapasa na danena na chejaya shakya evam vidho drastum dustavanasi mam yatha. Not just by reading Vedas, not just by reading texts, not just by talking about it, not just by giving the talks like this, not just mere penance, nor by charity, nor by just using sacrificial acts. But there is one quality with which the Durlabha becomes Sulabha. Bhaktya tvananyaya shakyah ahamevam vidhorjuna jnatum drashtum cha tatvena praveshtum cha parantapa. So that ananya bhakti is important. Ananya cheta satatam yomam smarati nityashah tasyaham sulabha partha nityayuktasya yoginah. So he is Durgaha. At the same time, is Durgati Nashaha also. So Durgati Nashini. So Durga is feminine form. Durgaha is masculine form. Durgamaha, Durgama. So for Durga, Lalita Devi also these are the names. So Durga is feminine. Durgaha is masculine.
शुभांगो लोकसारंगः सुतन्तुस्तन्तुवर्धनः इन्द्रकर्मा महाकर्मा कृतकर्मा कृतागमः.
The karma, what is this? What is this action? The action of yours and mine is so mundane, but this entire creation, sustenance and dissolution, and then recreation. Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo vetti tattvataha tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti sojana. In the 4th chapter, this mahakarma, this indra karma is taught. And we have just seen Kruta Agamaha. Agamas means Vedas. The author of the Vedas is him. 85th.
उद्भवः सुन्दरः सुन्दो रत्ननाभः सुलोचनः अर्को वाजसनः शृङ्गी जयन्तः सर्वविजयी.
Beautiful. The first is Udbhavaha, Sundaraha, then Sarvavit Jayi, Sarvavit and then Jayi, Sarvavit Jayi. Udbhavaha. Udbhava is the one who is coming into existence. Mrityu sarvaharaschaham udbhavascha bhavishyatam. I am the death and I am the birth. See the beauty? Mrityu sarvaharaschaham udbhavascha bhavishyatam. In the 10th chapter, Vibhuti Yoga, we see this. In Lalita Sahasranam also, we see these 5 great acts. Indra karma, Mahakarma, Kritakarma. What is it? Srishtikatri, Brahma Rupa, Goptri, Govinda Rupini, Samharini, Rudra Rupa, Tirodhana Karishwari, and Sadashiva Anugrahada. So 5 different aspects. Srishtikatri as Brahmaji. Goptri, Govinda Rupini, in the form of Govinda as a sustainer. Goptri Govinda Rupa, Samharini Rudra Rupa. So in the form of Rudra, Samhara. And then Tirodhana Kari Ishwari, in the form of Ishwari, Tirodhanam, all dissolution happens. Then Sadashivanugrahada Udbhavaha happens. So Jayi, so Jaya mantra in Bhagavad Gita is this. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno, Yatra Partho Dhanurdara, Tatra Srir Vijayo Bhutihi, Dhruva Nitirmatir Mama. Mahabharata text is called Jaya. And the Jaya mantra in Bhagavad Gita is this. Ekashloki Bhagavad Gita. Because Yato Dharmaha Tata Krishnaha. Yata Krishnaha Tato Jayaha. Wherever Dharma there is Jaya, Krishna, and wherever Krishna there is Jaya. 86th.
सुवर्णबिन्दुरक्षोभ्यः सर्ववागीश्वरेश्वरः महाह्रदो महागर्तो महाभूतो महानिधिः
Akshobhyaha. Akshobhya. Kshobhana is agitation, perturbation. The one who can cause agitation, the one who can take away the agitations. So there are some people whom, when you approach, you feel so good. The vibes, we say, when they're around, they're good vibes. And you feel so good to be around them. Yasmano dvijate loko, lokano dvijate chayaha. The one who does not perturb the people around or the world, and the one who is not agitated and perturbed by the people around and the world. Harsha Marsha Bhayodvaigai Mukto Hessacha Me Priyaha. That one is a great devotee, bhakta, and that one is so dear to Bhagavan. Sarva Vagishwareshwaraha. Sarva Vagishwaraha. Vak, all speech. So Ishvara, the Lord of all speech. The speech is of three kinds. And the one which is in unmanifest form, the one which is in lucid manifest form, and the one in between again. So, Aksharanam Akarosmi, Dvandvas Samasikasya cha. Among all the alphabets, I am the beginning of those alphabets, in whichever language, O Arjuna. 87th.
कुमुदः कुन्दरः कुन्दः पर्जन्यः पावनो निलः अमृताशोऽमृतवपुः सर्वज्ञः सर्वतोमुखः
Kumudaha. So, Kumudaha. Kum means earth. The one, Ku means earth. Mudaha means the happiness giver. So the giver of happiness to earth. Whenever there is a burden on this earth, yada yada hi dharmasya glanirбhavati bharata abhyutthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srajamyaham. That's when I shall come and then uplift dharma and earth. Paritranaya sadhunam vinasaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. I come for three reasons: to protect the good, to destroy the evil, and to re-establish Dharma firmly, O Arjuna, to please Mother Earth. Then Sarvajnaha, Sarvashaktiman, and then Sarvavyapi are these three great qualities of Bhagavan. And in the 7th chapter, we see that Sarvajnaha, the one who knows the past, the present, and future. Sarvajnaha. Vedaham samatitani vartamanani cha Arjuna bhavishyani cha bhutani mam tu vedana kaschana. So I know all these Arjuna Sarvajnaha.
सुलभः सुव्रतः सिद्धः शत्रुजिच्छत्रुतापनः न्यग्रोधोदुम्बरोऽश्वत्थश्चाणूरान्ध्रनिषूदनः
Sulabha, that Durlabha will become Sulabha with that bhakti, Ananya Chetasa bhakti, Ananya bhakti, Ananya Chintayanto Mam, Ye Jana Paryupasate, Tesham Nityabhiyuktanam, Yogakshemam Vahamyaham. Ananya Cheta Satatam Yomam Smarati Nityashaha, Tasyaham Sulabha Partha, Nityayuktasya Yoginaha. So for him or her, I become so easy, so easy. The one who is devoted to me, the one who has that eka bhakti, vyavasayatmika buddhi. And suvrataha, the one who has taken a great vow. Who can take a vow like, I shall take care of your welfare, your yoga and kshema. So welfare means there are only two things. Yoga, the one we want to attain, which we don't have, and the one we want to protect what we have. Yoga is to get something what we don't have. Kshema is to retain what we have. So yoga kshemam vahamyaham. क्षिप्रं भवति धर्मात्मा सस्वच्छान्तिं निगच्छति कौन्तेय प्रतिजानेहि न मे भक्त प्रणश्यति. My devotee, those who come to me will never perish, will never fall, will never fail. Who can give this vow? Who can take this vrata? सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः. That is the vrata Bhagavan has taken for our sake. Next. Chano Randhra, if you look at the previous verse, Nyagrodho Dumbaraha Aswathaha. Aswatha Vriksha is one of the names of Bhagavan. Aswatha. Swa means tomorrow. Sthaha means the one which stays. So Swatha means the one which stays tomorrow in the same form. Aswatha means the one who does not stay in the same form tomorrow. And this Jagat. And this Ashwatha Vriksha, simile, metaphor, has been given in the 15th chapter. The 15th chapter begins with this Urdhvamoolamadhas Shakham Aswatham Prahuravyayam Chandamsi Yasya Parnani Yastam Vedasa Vedavit Adhasodhvam Prasuta Tasya Shakha Guna Pravruddha Vishaya Pravala Adhascha Molanyanusantatani Karmanubandhini Manushya Loke. Now look at this. Where did we come from? And where are we now? And what is our networking? And so much. And the network is so much, just like the shoots and roots of Ashwatha Vriksha, the banyan tree. 89th.
सहस्रार्चिः सप्तजिह्वः सप्तैधा सप्तवाहनः अमूर्तिरनघोचिन्त्यो भयकृद्भयनाशनः.
Amurti, we just talked about Amurti. Amurtiman has become Eko Naikas Savakkakim, and then Vishwamurtir, Mahamurtir, Diptamurtir, Amurtiman. So that Amurti has become Vishwamurti. Anagha, we have seen this name so many times. Lord Krishna addressing Arjuna is Anagha, the one who has no defect, no deficiency, because we all have all those things. But once we surrender them also unto him, we all become Anaghas. And Bhayanashana, the one who can take away the Bhaya. The entire message of Bhagavad Gita is Abhayam. The 3 A's we talked about. Abhayam. Asanga. Asanga is detachment. Abhayam is fearlessness. And then Advayam. So this Bhayam comes from the two, the feeling of two. You are different from me. That is different from me. So when we take away the dvandva, dvaita bhava, then abhayam. And that abhayam will come with learning even one verse from Bhagavad Gita. Neha bhikrama nashosti pratyavayo na vidyate swalpam apyasya dharmasya prayate mahato bhayat. So bhayanashanaha is entire Bhagavad Gita. Any verse that you like, you take it. It will take away the greatest of the fears.
अणुर्बृहत् कृशस्थूलो गुणभृन्निर्गुणो महान् अधृतस्वधृतस्वास्य प्राग्वंशो वंशवर्धनः.
Anuhu Bruhat, the subtlest and the greatest. Anu means atom. So atom and then subatomic. And then this grand and then the grandeur. Krusha is lean. Sthola is heavy like me. So guna bhrata nirgunaha. The one with qualities and the one without qualities. So the distinct contradictions. Adhrutaha swadhrutaha. So all these beings are in me and these beings are not in me. So that is how this supreme consciousness is understood. Sarvendriya gunabhasam, sarvendriya vivarjitam, asaktam sarvabhruchaiva, nirgunam gunabhoktrucha, as in 13th chapter. The contradictions. Anu and Bruhat. Kavim Puranamanushasitaram Anoraniyam Samanusmaredyaha Sarvasya Dhataramachintya Rupam Aditya Varnam Tamasaparastat. This is Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan. It is the great Upanishadic Vakya is taken here. Next one.
भारभृत्कथितो योगी योगीशः सर्वकामदः आश्रमश्रमणः क्षामः सुपर्णो वायुवाहनः.
Yogi and Yogeshaha. Swami Ranganathananda used to say, if you have to bless any child, if you have to bless anyone and wish anyone good, yogi bhava, become a yogi, become a yogi. So yogi means the one who is beyond tapasvibhyodhiko yogi, the one who is beyond the mere penance, meaningless penance, tamasic penance, rajasic penance. Jnanebhyopi matodhikaha. Mere knowledgeable person, mere bookish knowledge. Karmibhyachadhiko yogi, the one who just merely acts. So that one who is above all these three is a real yogi. Tapasvibhyodhiko yogi, yanibhyopi matodhikaha, karmibhyaschadhiko yogi. Tasmad, therefore, yogi bhava, O Arjuna. And Yogeshwara, he is a yoganam Ishwaraha, he is yoginam Ishwaraha. He is a Ishwara of all yogas and he is a Ishwara of all yogis. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna.
धनुर्धरो धनुर्वेदो दण्डो दमयितादमः अपराजितः सर्वसहो नियन्ता नियमो यमः.
He's the Niyanta, he's the ordainer, he's the Danda, he's the ruler of this rule, the rule. Thy rod and thy staff, they protect me. So that rod, which is shown in Christianity as well. Dando damayatam asmi, nitirasmi jigishatam, maunam jaivasmi gukhyanam, jnanam jnanavatamaham. 10th chapter again. Dhanurdharaha, the one who can hold and wield the bow. We'll talk about that when we talk about Shangi.
सत्त्ववान् सात्विकः सत्यः सत्यधर्मपरायणः अभिप्रायः प्रियार्होर्हः प्रियकृत्प्रीतिवर्धनः.
Satvikaha. Who is Satvik? Satvika Karta is defined as Mukta Sangona Hamvadi in the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Mukta Sangona Hamvadi Dhrityutsaha Samanvitaha Siddhya Siddhyo Nirvikaraha Karta Satvika Uchyate. The one who is detached but not going into the cave. Mentally detached from the fruits and the agitations and the side effects and the long-term effects of the action, which is devoted for the good of the world and the progress of the self. Anaham Vadi, it is not me. Naham Karta, Daivam Karta. With that attitude, Dhruti Utsaha Samanvitaha, determined and enthusiastic, energizing. Siddhya Siddhyo Nirvikaraha. Once you put in your effort, then doesn't matter what the effect is. But whenever there is good human effort, there always will be divine effect. So that karta is called Sattvika karta, Sattvikaha, Sattvikaha. Satyaha, Satya, the one which is ever existing, the one which is always true, the one who beats everything else, the one which stands out among all is Satya, the one which is ever permanent is Satya. Satya means truth also, the truth. So truth is such a great thing. It is subtle also. It's subtle also. So that's why our Sanatan Dharma says, Satyam bruyat, priyam bruyat, na bruyat, satyam apriyam. So even if it is very true, but very bitter, very bitter, the bitter truth cannot be told to hurt someone. So it should be conveyed in such a way that it doesn't hurt. But at the same time, just to please them, don't tell a lie. Priyam chanandrutam bruyati esha dharma sanatanaha. So there is a saint, I know, and it takes a lot of time to explain these things, but so a hunter hunts a boar, and then the boar is hurt, and then it just seeks the shelter in one of the sages' ashram. And the hunter comes and then asks that sage, "Hey, did you see the boar here, which was hit by my arrow?" He saw. If he says the boar is gone, if he doesn't say it, will become a lie. Then he says it so beautifully. Yabrute sana pashyati. Yabrute sana pashyati. Ya pashyati nasabrute. So what sees, the eyes see, cannot say. The eyes cannot say. But what says, the tongue says, but the tongue cannot see. So what says, that cannot say. And what says, that cannot see. So what can I do? I'm so helpless. So that is how Satyam is. 94th.
विहाय सगतिर्ज्योतिः सुरुचिर्हुतभुग्विभुः रविर्विरोचनः सूर्यः सवितारविलोचनः.
So this is all Jyoti and related to Jyoti, Ruchi, and Ravi, Virochana, Surya, Savita, Ravilochanaha is the eye of the sun god. He is the sun god. He is the Hridaya of Aditya, Aditya Hridayam, Aditya Namaham Vishnu, Jyotishamapi Jyotihi Tamasa Paramuchyate, Jnanam Nyeyam Jnanagamyam, Hridi Sarvasya Vishtitam. So that Jyoti is within us. Antar Jyoti, Tadhantar Jyoti Revaya. Then that Agni, Jyoti, Shukla, so all that brightness belongs to that Supreme Consciousness, the self-illuminating, that which can illuminate everything, and following which illumination, everything else moves on, and without that, nothing is illuminated. That one illumines everything. Next one, 95th verse.
अनन्तो हुत भुग्भोक्ता सुखदो नैकजोऽग्रजः अनिर्विण्णः सदामर्षि लोकाधिष्ठानमद्भुतः.
Anantaha, yasya antaha nasti. And we have seen this. Aneka bahu daravaktra netram pashyami tvam sarvato nantarupam sarvataha anantarupam nantam na madhyam na punastavadim pashyami vishveshwara vishwarupa. So there is no anta, there is no beginning, there is no madhya that you can demarcate. न रूपमस्येह तथोपलभ्यते नान्तो न चादिर्न च सम्प्रतिष्ठा in the 15th chapter. Nantosti mama divyanam vibhutinam parantapa. So these vibhutis, there is no anta, there is no end. And adbhuta, so Sanjaya says that adbhutam tacha samsmutya rupam atyadbhutam harehe vismayo me maharajan rishyami cha muhurmuhu. That adbhuta darshana, adbhuta, wondrous, wondrous. 96.
सनात् सनातनतमः कपिलः कपिरप्ययः स्वस्तिदः स्वस्ति कृत्स्वस्ति स्वस्ति भुक् स्वस्ति दक्षिणः.
Kapiravyaya, Kapirapyaha, Kapilaha, Kapila Maharshi we talked about. Kapi means Vanara. Kapi means Kam Pibati iti Kapi. The one who drinks the Brahman, Brahmajnana is called Kapi. And we have seen the greatness of Hanuman, and we have enjoyed 5 sessions on Sundarakanda, and the 3 sessions presented in this, for this group in a different platform as Sundara Gita, Sundarakanda and Bhagavad Gita. How what all taught in Bhagavad Gita was applied by Hanuman. So Kapihi. 97th verse.
अरौद्रकुण्डली चक्री विक्रम्यूर्जितशासनः शब्दातिगः शब्दसः शिशिरः शर्वरीकरः.
Shabda Atigaha. So Shabda, etc. The one who is beyond Shabda, the one who surpassed Shabda. So if you look at from gross to subtle, Bhumi, Apaha, waters. Bhumi, Rapo, Analaha, the one Vayu, the one who doesn't stay at one place. Bhumi, Rapo, Nalo, Vayuhu. Analaha is Agni, and Vayu is the wind. So earth, water, fire, wind, and then comes Akasha. So the quality of Akasha is Shabda. And the one beyond that subtle thing, Shabda and Akasha. So that is when you surpass this Shabda Brahma, then we get into that Nishabda Brahma. So Shabda Brahma, after Adhigamya, then we get to Nishabda Brahma. That's why it's called Shabdatigaha. So Shabdatigaha.
अक्रूरः पेशलो दक्षो दक्षिणक्षमिणावरः विद्वत्तमो वीतभयः पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तनः.
Dakshaha. Dakshaha is the dexterity. The one who is dexterous, the one who is skillful, Dakshinaha. And we have seen this great quality in Bhagavad Gita so many times in the past as well. Anapekshashuchit dakshaha udasino gatavyadaha sarvarambha parityagi yo madbhaktas same priyaha. So when we are devoted to him, when we contemplate on him, and when we focus, we become daksha also. And when we become daksha, we become dearer to him also. And this dakshata is seen in the great kshatriya. Shauryam tejo dhrutir dakshyam. Dakshyam is dakshata. And the one who has dakshyam and dakshata is called dakshaha. Dakshaha. So that is how this dakshata is called yoga. It is a definition of yoga. Yoga, karmasu kaushalam. Karmasu kaushalam, that dakshata in every action we do is called yoga.
उत्तारणो दुष्कृतिः पुण्यो दुःस्वप्ननाशनः वीरः रक्षणः सन्तो जीवनः पर्यवस्थितः.
Punya, the one which is pure itself and the one which purifies everything else. So this punya, punyo gandha prithvivyamcha. So that punya, that purifying nature, that hardening nature of Mother Earth, And not only that, entire Bhagavad Gita, when Sanjaya says, Rajan samsmritya samsmritya samvadam emam adbhutam keshavarjuna yo punyam rishyam cha murmuhu. So punyam, the one which purifies us is punyam. So punyam. Jivanaha is a life of life. 100th verse.
अनन्तरूपोऽनन्तश्रीर्जितमन्युर्भयापहः चतुरस्रो गभीरात्मा विदिशो व्यादिशो दिशः.
Jitamanyo, the one who has conquered the anger. So anger management. There's so much to talk about in Bhagavad Gita about anger and anger management. Shaknoti haiva yasodhum praksharira vimokshanat kamakrodhodbhavam vegam sayuktassa sukhi naraha. The one who can withstand the force of the kama and krodha, the one who can conquer this, he is a sukhi and he is yukta. So is the giver of krodha also. He is a krodha and he is krodha. He is actually the manager of krodha also. He is a destroyer of krodha also. So Manya Suktam. Namaste Rudra Manyava Vatota Ishave Namaha we say. So this Bhayapaha Bhayanashanaha, we have just seen that name.
अनादिर्भूर्भुवो लक्ष्मी सुवीरो रुचिराङ्गदः जननो जनजन्मादिर्भीमो भीमपराक्रमः.
Anadi, Ananta, Yasya Antaha Nasti, Yasya Adihi Api Nasti. So, Prakritim Purusham Chaiva Vidhyanadi Ubhavapi. This Prakriti and Purusha, O Arjuna, know them as Anadis. Anadis. Janmadi, the one who has given birth to us. So that Maya Dhyakshena Prakritihi Suyate Sacharacharam. So that is how Anadi and Janmadi.
आधारनिलयो धाता पुष्पहासः प्रजागरः ऊर्ध्वगः सत्पथाचारः प्राणदः प्रणवः पणः.
Pranava, Omkara, we have seen this Omkara so many times in Bhagavad Gita. Om iti ekaksharam brahma, Om tat sat iti pranava sarva vedeshu. So that is how we have seen the Omkara in Bhagavad Gita.
प्रमाणं प्राणनिलयः प्राणभृत् प्राणजीवनः तत्त्वं तत्त्वविदेकात्मा जन्म मृत्युजरातिगः.
Pramanam, manam means the one which can be measured. Pramanam, the one which is a set standard, set standard. In Sundarakanda also we said, Swamasmin karya niryoge pramanam harisattama hanuman yatna masthaya dukkha kshayakaro bhava. In Bhagavad Gita we see pramanam yat shreshtaha acharati tat eva itara janaha. Whatever is practiced by the best is followed by the others. So yat pramanam kurute lokaha tat anuvartate. So if Modi has set a standard, then all would like to follow that. And not politically speaking. So tasma shastram pramanam te, for us, the scripture, the text is the pramanam, the set standard for us is scripture. So scripture and guru. So those are the two things which teach us. Janma Mrityu Jaratigaha, the one who can go beyond these, the great modifications of this life force. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, Dukkha, all these doshas, they come as a package. So we have to say this, Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, Dukkha, Doshanu, Darshanam, 13th chapter.
भूर्भुवः स्वस्तरुस्तारः सविता प्रपितामहः यज्ञो यज्ञपतिर्यज्वा यज्ञाङ्गो यज्ञवाहनः.
We'll do the next one too.
यज्ञभृत् यज्ञकृद्यज्ञी यज्ञभुग्यज्ञसाधनः यज्ञान्तकृत् यज्ञगुह्यम् अन्नमन्नाद एव च.
So Yajna we talked about in previous session because Yajna is our sibling. We are born along with yajna. Yajna is that act which is done effortlessly, putting all our effort selflessly, but at the same time with great determination, with all the enthusiasm and energy for the good of the world and then for the progress of the self, as a teamwork, focusing on now, not worrying about the side effects, not worrying about the long-term efforts, not perturbed by the disturbances and the difficulties. And when you get the results, you have to surrender unto him as prasada and take the results as a prasada. Surrender unto him as naivedya and then receive them as prasada. So that is how yajna. So yat kritena tat jnayate. When we do the things like this, acts like this, that will be known. So yajna. Saha yajna praja sristva purovacha prajapatihi anena prasavishyatvam yeshavostvishta kamadak. And there's so many yajnas. Evam bahuvidha yajnaha vitata brahmano mukhe. Then he is the Yajnadhipati, Bhoktaram, Yajna Tapasam, Sarvalokam, Maheshwaram. So that is how Yajna is so praised in Bhagavad Gita.
आत्मयोनि स्वयं जातो वैखानः सामगायनः देवकी नन्दनः स्रष्टा क्षितीशः पापनाशनः
Atmayonihi swayam jataha, Prakritim swamadhisthaya, Sambhavami Atmamayaya. Taking control of my own Prakriti, I manifest, O Arjuna, with my own Maya. That Vasudeva came as Vasudeva Sutta, Vasudeva Krishna. So that is the greatness of Atmayoni Swayam Jataha.
शङ्खभ्रन्नन्दकी चक्री शार्ङ्गधन्वा गदाधरः रथाङ्गपाणिरक्षोभ्यः सर्वप्रहरणायुधः ॐ नम इति.
Beautiful, beautiful. So the next one, this great verse, Shankhabhrit, the one, the holder of the conch, Panchajanyam Rishikesho Devadattam Dhananjaya, Chakri, the Sudarshana Chakra, Shangi, the Dhanus of Vishnu is called Shangam, Saangam, the one which has got all these beings as his body parts. All these beings as Sarva Bhavanam Angikam Yasya. Shangi, he holds that. He holds us. This Tano is Dhano. Tano, body, is Dhano, is bow. And he bends us, and then he sends the arrows, the future generation, our kids, to the future. Gada. Gada is a mess. So Gada and arrow. With the Gada, you can take care of the evil things which are nearby. And with arrow, you can take care of the things which are not within your vicinity, not visible, not seen in pratyaksha, not seen with your own eyes. So these two things can be taken care by these two. Gada. Then Radhangapani, the one who has the reins, Radhangapani, the Ratha Anga, the part of the chariot. So one is he has taken up the wheel and then he was going to use it as Sudarshana Chakra and Bhishma. Or more consistently in the war, he has got hold of the reins of the chariot on which Arjuna was seated upon. So he has a control of the reins in the chariot. This body is the chariot. This body is the chariot. And the jiva, the self in us is the Arjuna. And the intellect in us is Krishna Paramatma. The horses are the senses. So Atmanam Rathinam Vidhi Shariram Rathamev tu Buddhim tu Saradhim Vidhi Manapragraham cha. The mind is a reins. Radhanga Panehi. So that Atmendriya Manoyuktam. So Bhokta iti Manishina. So that is how Indriyani Hayanyahu Vishayan Teshu Gocharan. Atmanam Rathinam Vidhi, Shariram Rathamevatu, Buddhim tu Saradhim Vidhi, Manapragraham So he is the only God. Krishna is the only God who has the Jnana Mudra in one hand, gourd in the other hand. Prapanna Parijataya, Totravetraika Panaye, Jnana Mudraya Krishnaya, Gita Amrita Duhe Namaha. I'm not going to the details of these Panchayuta Stotra. This is a very great stotra. And each verse talks about each Ayudha. So, and then we seek about in that Ayudha. And this is the protector for us with the great qualities that they possess. Chakram sadaham sharanam prapadye. Shankham sadaham sharanam prapadye. Gadam sadaham sharanam prapadye. Shangam sadaham sharanam prapadye. And lastly, Khadgam sadaham sharanam prapadye. So this is how the session ends today. I just wanted to conclude. Then the last one, Vanamali Gadeshange. Can you please say that?
वनमाली गदीशार्ङ्गी शङ्खी चक्री च नन्दकी श्रीमान्नारायणो विष्णुर्वासुदेवोऽभिरक्षतु.
Thank you. And with that, we shall conclude. Om Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Om